Okay, sometimes NFL insiders are wrong, but they're often right. Either way, they have sources that tell them what's going on. Those sources obviously work for various organizations and they want to control all the information, so they lie to insiders at times. Someone's telling them what they're reporting. ESPN's Adam Schefter is one of those insiders, coming off of being right about Ben Johnson going to the Chicago Bears. He is usually right, so we should take his report on the Raiders being interested in Minnesota Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold seriously. We have to keep the horse before the cart, though. It is completely up to the Vikings for Darnold to even become a free agent. What would that even look like for the Raiders, though? Here's one idea. Those of you that are poo-pooing on this because of how he played in the playoffs, shut up. I've never seen a quarterback that got sacked 9 times in one game play well in that game. I don't care how good he is. Plus, there were the 17 games before that, and he had a good overall season. Are you saying the Raiders couldn't have used that 35 touchdowns to 12 interceptions he just threw for this past season? Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell combined for only 17 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. The Raiders couldn't have used that 4,319 yards. Minshew and O'Connell only combined for 3,627 yards. Could they not have used his 212 yards rushing? Minshew and O'Connell combined for 88 yards rushing. Then there were all the plays Darnold made on throws out of the pocket. There wasn't a whole lot of that going on in Las Vegas unless you're talking about making plays for the other team. Now, you can make the case that he wouldn't have one of the best receivers in the NFL in Justin Jefferson, but he would have the best tight end in Brock Bowers. He would also have some speed to go deep with Trey Tucker coming back. Having Darnold would mean the Raiders would be able to pick the best player available in this coming draft. For the second year in a row, they would be able to make the perfect pick. Boise State running back Ashton Johnson would be the best player available at a need and fits what the Raiders are going to do. Hey, they made that kind of pick this past year and they got a record-setting tight end. Those of you that are saying, don't draft the running back in the first round, you can get one in the 5th round, shut up. You can get a quarterback in the 6th round, look at Tom Brady. You've been hearing head coach Pete Carroll say he plans to run the ball and play defense and he's not supposed to be interested in a generational running back prospect? I'm not saying that's who he's going to pick, but to say he shouldn't consider a running back in the first round when he plans to run the ball, that is asinine. That's a 10. That's a 11. Carroll got Marshawn Lynch in the first round for a reason, and it produced 2 trips to the Super Bowl with 1 win. It would have been 2 if they would have gave Lynch the ball one more time in that second Super Bowl. From there, the Raiders need to add some guards to build up that offensive line. You can add a piece or 2 to any offense or defense, but if the Raiders just simply keep everyone, they'll have a great defense next season. The only reason why the defense wasn't great last year is because they had too many injuries to valuable parts of the defense. Edge rusher Malcolm Kuntz, who broke out with 8 sacks the second half of the 2023 season, didn't get to play in 2024 due to injury. Star interior defensive lineman Christian Wilkins, whom the Raiders just got in free agency, only played 5 games. Star edge rusher Max Crosby missed the last 5 games himself. Put that together with corner Jacorian Bennett, who was in the midst of the breakout season, missing the last 7 games with an injury. And slot corner Nate Hobbs missed the last 6 games with an injury. It doesn't help your defense to have all those injuries to your rushing coverage, and defense coordinator Patrick Graham still had the defense in the middle of the pack. I say let's resign them all, at least contributors, and run it back in 2025. That defense looks scary the second half of 2023, so if they can bring all those guys back with Graham, the Raiders should be set. It's really early in the offseason, so I can't say I know what I really want the Raiders to do about the quarterback position, free agency or the draft. I know they need to do something though. Right now, I'd call Darnold a good option. They'd be able to get the best player in this draft and have the kind of ball carrier they need for their plan of running the ball and playing defense. Johnson's a generational prospect, so hopefully we get to see him become a generational player in the NFL if the Raiders get him. They would definitely need a guard or 2 with them, and of course, opposing defenses would stack the box to stop the run and make it easy for Darnold to go deep. And the defense, they can add a piece or 2, but keep the main contributors, and let's see what happens. Thank you for watching. See you next time.